City Series cigars and Citrus 7s, black cement 3s, 4s, the hairs and bread 11s. No doubt that I'll be wearing some fire at any sighting. With these Dorenbecker 5s, you can see me in any lighting. It's exciting, I'll be flexing to the coldest degree. Yo, y'all will not believe all the bullshit I had to go through to get these.
They say that the system down.
Yeah, no, that's cool.
We can't get our reservations, even if we have cash.
It was worth it though. This is the Jalen Brunson player exclusive Kobe 6. Released this past Thursday, December 11th, but it was not a normal Kobe's release. Kobe 6 is sought after enough as it is, but this Jalen Brunson PE was a lot more limited than most releases. If you don't know, Jalen Brunson is a basketball player, plays for the New York Knicks. He's the face of the team right now. The city loves him. He's worn these on court in multiple games, and it's a beautiful colorway. If you haven't figured it out already, there's a Statue of Liberty colors. If you were wondering like why they didn't match the Knicks uniform and where the connection with the colors was, that's it. Honestly, could have been a New York Liberty Breonna Stewart PE. But yeah, so the shoes really hype. Foot Locker did an in-store pickup only raffle for him. I don't know if y'all are familiar with Foot Locker and Champs' FLX raffles, but if you aren't, the way they work is you enter the raffle ahead of time, you choose your size and up to 3 pickup locations. The day before the shoe releases, they do the drawing and they'll notify you if you won. If you win, you get 1 hour to confirm, and then once you have a confirmed reservation, you have from the time that store opens until 5 p.m. on release day to pick up your pair. If you don't make it to the store to pay for your reserve pair by 5 p.m. that day, your reservation gets forfeited, and then at that point, they can sell it to anybody first come, first serve. So anyway, I entered the raffle. For Foot Locker, this was a New York City exclusive in-store pickup only raffle. So I chose the 3 closest New York stores to me. And in these FLX raffles, you're able to add what they call boosts to your entry to increase your chances of winning. And with the limited stores getting them, limited stock, and the demand these had, I knew they were going to be tough to get. So I felt like I needed to add a lot of boosts to have a chance of winning these. I added 81 boosts for Kobe. That's actually the most boosts I ever added to a reservation. I usually don't do anywhere near that, but like I said, I knew this was going to be a tough shoe to get. There weren't a lot of places getting them. So I felt like the 81 was going to do me right on the Kobe's. And they did, because I got that notification from Foot Locker on Wednesday. I was blessed to have won the raffle. I won at Foot Locker on 125th in Harlem. And the thing about this release in particular that made it more challenging for me personally and other people as well was 2 things actually. First thing was, like I just said, this was a New York release only. Jalen Brunson, Knicks, New York. I ain't even mad at it. It's only right. I live in New Jersey, fortunately North Jersey, so I am really close to New York. I'm like 10-15 minutes away from the bridge, so I can get there quickly. But if you're familiar with the city, you know the traffic is always wild pretty much all hours of the day, and parking over there is never easy to find. Like sometimes I'll go over there and I get to my destination in 20-25 minutes, but then I'll spend another 25-30 minutes looking for a parking space. Should be crazy. Now normally for a shoe like this, that ain't no problem at all. I'd drive to Pennsylvania for these if I knew that I had a pair guaranteed. You know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't about that. And I go to New York pretty often, so I'm used to the traffic and how the parking is over there and stuff. The problem was, this was on a weekday, Thursday. I had work. Usually releases are on a Saturday when a lot of people are off. This one was oddly on a Thursday. I mean, it's not like a shoe never releases on the day other than Saturday, but y'all know they're usually Saturdays. I assume for these, they only did it on the 11th because Jalen Brunson wears number 11. But yeah, so that made the situation a lot trickier for me. The mistake I made here was not taking the day off. I thought about doing that at first, but the store I went at wasn't really far. I figured I wouldn't have that much traffic if I left at the right time, and with parking and everything, I could probably get over there, get the shoes, and get back in like 2 hours at the most. So instead of taking a whole day off, I figured I was good with just taking a little extended lunch break. Crazy thing is, I come into work that day and I'm the only person there. Yeah. So now, this is when I realized I fucked up. Because now I'm like, damn, like, how the fuck am I about to do this? I'll tell y'all one thing, I was not about to let that stop me. I was not about to have won something like this on the raffle and not picked it up. Like, I was getting to that store. I just had to figure out how. So I'm not going to get into detail for my own privacy, but long story short, I had somebody cover for me who really shouldn't have been covering for me while I rushed out to the city to get these. So the store I won at opens at 10 a.m. I got there at 11. Traffic wasn't too bad. I got lucky and found a space within a couple of minutes right by the store. I'm making great time. I pay the meter, walk over to the store. I go to pull the handle to open the door and it's locked. People inside though, like the employees. And security guards in the window like, I'm trying to tell him come outside. He's standing there talking through the glass. I can understand what he's saying. I keep trying to tell him to come out, and then finally one of the Foot Locker employees walks over. She showed me her phone. She wrote a note saying system down. I'm like, no fucking way. I didn't have time for that. You know what I'm saying? Like, of all times for me to encounter that situation, like, you know how many Saturdays I've done Foot Locker reservations and I had time for shit like that? But on the rare occasion where it's a Thursday and it's a shoe like this and I won and I'm in New York and I pulled all this bullshit to get there and now the system is down, like, that was not on my bingo card. Like, fuck. So I turn around, there's a couple of other guys waiting there. I start chatting with some of them. Come to find out, the store's system had been down since opening and nobody picked up any pairs from them yet. 2 guys I'm talking to have been there since 10 a.m. It's like 11:15-ish at this point, so they've been waiting all that time. Mind you, it's cold as fuck out there, windy as hell too. A couple of the people waiting was talking about how there's no way the system was down that long, and the employees was just saying that to us so that it would be more difficult for people to make the pickup deadline, and then after 5 p.m. they could sell a first come first serve to themselves or to some friends so that they can flip them and get some money. Because these shits was selling for, and still are, like $500-600 online. So, $200 retail, $500-$600 shoe, people might start thinking like that. And as time went on, it began to seem more and more and more like that was actually what was going on. I mean, computers do fuck up, so their system definitely could have been down, but the way they were going about it just seemed a little funny to me, so that started to become hard to believe. They wouldn't let anybody in the store. It's like 11:30. They were supposed to open an hour and a half ago, and they still got the doors locked. People walking up to the door, pulling the handle, all confused why they not open. And it shit just looks weird because you got a store that's supposed to be open. They advertise they open at 10. It's well after 10. The shit is closed. There's employees inside, but they're not opening the door. They don't even really want to come out and talk to you. And then there's like a bunch of random guys just kind of standing outside the store. Like, yes, it's obviously a sneaker release. You know, people are used to that, so it doesn't really look that crazy, but like, it was messy. You know what I mean? Like I said, I know computers could go down, but they was just moving funny. So finally, one of the employees comes out, her and the security guard. She apologized for the system being down, and she had a list in her hand. She said she was going to take our name, size, and phone number, and then when their system was back up, they were going to call all of us to come back and get the shoes and check out and stuff. And I'm like, nah, I can't. Like, I came from Jersey, I pulled some bullshit to get over here, paid the toll and everything, and I'm just supposed to give you my number and leave and hope that you call for these? Hell no. Because once I leave, I'm not coming back. And I'm also not leaving without my shoes. But I just couldn't leave that person holding it down for me all day. So I had to figure something out. So I'm telling her I don't have that much time to wait, and then I'm not going to be able to come back to the store today once I leave. So she's like, oh, we'll hold them for you. You can come pick them up tomorrow. And I'm like, that doesn't sound right. Because in order to confirm that I'm one of the winners for this raffle, I have to scan a QR code under my reservation. After 5 p.m. on release day, that reservation shit is gone. So if I pull up to the store tomorrow, I'm not going to be able to pull up this reservation. So I wasn't buying that you could pick them up tomorrow shit. Because you and anybody else here might not even be working tomorrow. I'll fuck around, pull up, it's a whole different staff, and they're like, what are you talking about? You should have picked these up yesterday after 5 p.m. Your pair is sold. Because based on, you know, Foot Locker's raffle policies, once that 5 p.m. deadline hits, if I haven't picked these up and paid for them, my reservation is gone. And then they could sell it to somebody else. So there's no way I could trust it. I'd just be able to go there the next day. I've never been to the store before. It's not like I know these people like that. Like, if it was my local Foot Locker, even them, I still would be like, nah, I know y'all rules. You know what I mean? Like, no. Hell no. I wasn't buying that. While she's saying this, there's another guy next to me, and he's like, I can't even make it tomorrow. And then the security guard chimes in and says, then we'll ship them to you. You good, don't worry. And that really pissed me off because you can't guarantee no shit like that. You're gonna ship an in-store pickup only pair? You can't. Fuck out of here. And that's why, like, that shit had me so hot, because I just feel like for him to guarantee something like that, that I know is not gonna happen, just to me, really made me feel like something was up. Now I'm starting to see where bro's coming from, because at this point, I feel like they bullshitting us too.
We're here to pick up our reservation. It's cold as shit. That's why I got the hoodie on. And they saying the system is down and that they can't scan nothing, so we can't pick up our Kobe. So you already know what they're trying to do.
Anyway, I gave the lady my name, number, and size. She wrote it down, but I just wasn't feeling good about this. They go back inside and lock the door. I'm cold as shit at this point. I'm thinking this was gonna be some in and out shit, so I'm out there with just a quarter zip on. So I go back to the car to pay the meter some more and get a jacket, and then come to find out, the jacket that I normally keep in the car is not in the car. Of all times for me to not have it, I forgot why I used it the other day, but I meant to bring it back out to the car. I left it in the crib, and now when I really need it, I don't have it. So not only is all this bullshit going on, but now I'm also in the cold with no jacket. Luckily, I at least had a hoodie in there, so I put that on over everything. So I go back towards the store, and one of the guys out there is trying to get on the phone with customer service. I go back to the door, and eventually the lady who took my information came back out, and I asked if I could pay them in cash. She's like, nah, I can't. I gotta scan the reservations. We can't pocket money. And I'm like, but if y'all could take a list of names, sizes, and phone numbers, and then call us when your system is back up for us to come all the way back here and finish the transaction, why can't you take my cash, name, email, and size, give me the shoes, let me go on about my business, and then when your system is back up, you can input the payments and the reservations and all that. She's like, no, I'm sorry, I can't. So I go back over to the guys who were calling customer service to see where they got and to tell them about the exchange I just had. Then this other guy walks up, goes up to the door, tries to get in, and he can't. So a security guard comes outside, starts giving him the same story about how system is down, they can't scan anything, so they got to take his information and call him back. So the guy's like, y'all don't need to scan anything. I already paid for these. I have a receipt. And everybody's like, what? Like, because I had never heard of that. I didn't know you could do that. I had never thought about doing that. But yeah, he went to a different Foot Locker, showed him his reservation. I guess they scanned it and let him pay for it, and they gave him a receipt, but they told him that he had to pick it up at this store that we were at because that's where his reservation was. So like I said, I didn't know you could do that. I don't know what would make him do that unless he knew that this store was not checking people out, but he had a receipt. And the security guard was like, nah, there's nothing we can do. We still got to take your information and give you a call once our system's back up. And the guy's like, yo, like, my wife's about to have a baby, like, today. Like, I don't have time for this. Now, I I don't know if he was exaggerating or not, but didn't matter. This man had already paid. Clearly his reservation had already been scanned if he paid for them already. He had a receipt and they still would not give him the shoes. So he pulls out his phone, calls the Foot Locker he just paid at. He gets through to a manager and the manager assures him that all he needs is that receipt and then they should give him his pair. So he asked the manager if he could call the store that we were at and tell them that so he can get his pair, because he just tried to show him the receipt and they didn't want to help him. So the manager says yes and he thanks him and hangs up, and now we're all hoping he really calls and waiting to see what happens from that. But now at this point I really started to get like negative thoughts, because I'm like, if this man already paid for the shoes, meaning his reservation is already scanned, and they still don't want to give him his shoes, like they're not giving anybody these shoes, and I might just be sitting here wasting my time freezing my ass off for no reason because they're just gonna keep bullshitting us all day, you know? I was stuck between that and my relentlessness of like, nah, fuck out of here, y'all about to give me my shoes, like, you know what I mean? So as we're waiting for that, I asked the guy like what Foot Locker he went to, because if that manager did call and get through to them and they come out and do right because he got the receipt, at this point I'm ready to hop in the car, drive to the nearest Foot Locker and do the same thing, come back with the receipt so I can get my Kobe's and get the fuck back home. As we're waiting for that, about a minute later the security guard comes out and says we can take cash only, which really blew my shit because we could have been did this. I asked like 20 minutes ago if they could take cash and it was like, no, we can't pocket money. And of course I didn't have enough cash on me. Even though I was the one who initially asked if they could take cash, I didn't have it on me. I just knew that if they did, I was gonna go and get that shit from the ATM. So luckily my bank had a branch 2 blocks away, so I went over there, go to the ATM, I go to make the withdrawal, and if I didn't already have enough things getting in my way from getting these shits, now my bank's not giving me the money because they think it's fraud. I guess because I'm usually not in the city on a Thursday at that time withdrawing money, they probably just suspected, but I ain't mad at them for, you know, being extra cautious. It's cool. It just seemed like everything was just trying to get in the way of me getting these shit. So I go through the whole confirming it's me shit, get the cash, rush back over to the store, and finally got in and was able to get these. At that point it's like 12:15. I'm just happy as hell that I'm finally in the store. I'm in there taking videos. I thought it was over, but I'm here. Yeah, we in line about to get these bitches.
Yeah. About
Yes,
to go
sir.
back to PA.
Facts. Son came from PA. I thought I was going to take a big L coming from Jersey. He came from PA and he was here longer than me. So yeah, we deserve
2
these
hours.
shits. 2 hours. Crazy.
The checkout process was a little different. I got a paper receipt, and I like the printed out shit, like some old school lost and founds kind of receipt. But I'm really happy I stayed persistent and didn't give up, because if I didn't, I would not have gotten these. I get back to my car literally 1 minute after the meter expired, and I had a ticket. So I don't know who had it out for me, but they literally had to be waiting there because my shit expired at 12:17 and I got the ticket at 12:18. Instead of getting in line, I really should have went to pay the meter again because I knew I was cutting it close. And normally I would be so mad about that, but like after going through all of that bullshit and going through all those negative thoughts of damn, like am I really not about to go home with these, and then to finally get these, I ain't give a fuck about that ticket. Like I'ma happily pay that. I don't give a fuck. New York City, y'all can have that, y'all got it. Any other time I would have been mad as hell, because honestly that's really some dick riding shit. Like for you to give me a ticket a minute later, like I don't even know if they could write the whole ticket in a minute, so that you had to be sitting there literally waiting for my shit to expire to give me that ticket. But I bet whoever wrote that ticket ain't get these, so fuck them. But yeah, after getting these for retail, there was nothing about to rain on my parade that day. I had a smooth ride home. Luckily nothing went down at work, so after all the bullshit, after all the obstacles, there was a shining light at the end of the tunnel. And it ended up being a great story for me to tell. Met some good people. Shout out my guy Eddie and the other guys that I went through this with. But my question to y'all is, and please leave me a comment with your response, what do you really think was going on at that Foot Locker? Was their system really down for 2 hours like that? Or do you think they made that up to finesse people into missing their reservation pickup deadline so that they could then buy people's pairs after 5 p.m. and then flip them? Leave me a comment and let me know what you think. And since we're here, let's take a close look at them. Not the easiest colorway to find something to match with, but I definitely enjoy the challenge. No Jalen Brunson paraphernalia on the shoe at all. All the details and everything are the same as every other Kobe 6. It's just the colorway that's special. Now normally for Kobe's I go with a size 10. They run a little tight, so I go a half size up from what I usually wear in Jordans. But the last pair of Kobe's I got, this orange pair, I got these in a size 10 and I wore them and they felt a little tight. I don't know if they're making these a little tighter now because my Grinches, my reverse Grinches, all my other Kobe's are a 10 and they feel fine. Considering this orange pair is the newest pair of Kobe's I have, I figured maybe they're making them a little bit smaller, so I didn't want to take the chance of these fitting a little tight like these do. These are a lot more expensive to buy in a bigger size and go through that whole thing. So I figured I'd play it safe, and I got a 10.5 for these, which sounds crazy to me, but I just figured that was the way to go because I'm definitely going to wear these and I really didn't want them to be too tight and hurt my toes and stuff. So hopefully the 10.5 is not too big, but yeah. Thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed this, I really appreciate if you liked the video. And if you're interested in more stories like this or any other sneaker related content, please do us both a favor and subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. Once you're subscribed, make sure you tap that little bell icon where the subscribe button was and select all. That way when I put a new video out, you get notified and you won't miss out on anything. Thank you all for watching. Everybody please stay safe and healthy out there, and I'll see you next time.